Hello, Seiiti Arata. I imagine that you clicked on the video to figure out how to boost your brain capacity. Have you ever wondered how your brain works? Because understanding more about your own brain, that's the first step toward making better use of your potential. The answer is pretty simple. But your mental capacity is diminished when you are fatigued or when you are spending energy just trying to organize yourself and figure out where things are. Often it seems like things inside of your head are just a complete mess. We get tired, we want to have a break to rest, to organize ourselves, to put our ideas into place. And unfortunately, this is the moment when procrastination enters, when we're just going around and around in circles without actually doing what needs to be done. To be more organized, to be more focused on our day-to-day goals, we also need to have an organized life. That's why we talked about that in a previous video. And to have an organized life, we have to first take a first step to understand how the brain works. That can be a great first step on this path. Have you ever wondered how your brain stores and processes information? The memory is unreliable. There are several research studies in neuroscience demonstrating how unreliable memory is. We forget simple things, and there are also those moments when we believe fake memories. That's a version of something that our brain simply invented. There are countless studies on cognitive biases that they are undermining our ability to understand and therefore to remember things correctly. You can increase your brain capacity. So if our memory is not reliable, then how can we memorize things? How can we increase our brain's capacity, you may ask? And it's pretty similar to how you install an external drive on your computer and you are increasing the information storage capacity, because then you can have more data being processed when you use this type of technology. In a similar way, the invention of writing was a form that we invented to increase the capacity of the brain. As our ancestors began to abandon the nomadic life, to settle in villages and have those urban clusters, we also began to have commerce. And merchants needed to keep everything very well organized so they wouldn't lose track of important details. So writing was very important to expand their capacity. And as our lives became more complex, we also become more organized. Just look at any group of different professionals. You will find that the most successful people are those who can unleash their creative potential just by being more organized. This is how they waste less time and they stay more focused on what is really important. Because, see, in a world with so much information we have now, we need to discern what to do with all this information so we can achieve the optimal results in our lives. Because of that, it is crucial that we learn to use some tools to increase our potential, one thing at a time. Modern life has a wealth of events and information popping up all the time, and that further increases the complexity of things. And that's a big challenge for us because our brains are not prepared to handle as many challenges as we have in the past. Our brain works best when we focus on one thing at a time. And this was very valuable to our ancestors who were hunting and gathering, and they had to be keeping their focus and attention very intensely directed during their hunting, and also running away from predators and finding the foods for their next meals. Today, we always want to do so many things at the same time. We want to be driving to work, listening to a podcast, and also thinking about what you're going to cook for dinner. And there are these notifications from social networks popping up along the way, interrupting any flow of thought. That overwhelms the brain, and we often pay a very high price for that. And when we're dealing with only one activity, our brain works at its maximum capacity. And if we do several things at the same time, that does not happen. We're going to make small mistakes and we will lose more and more time and quality in our activities. Because see, our brain has a specific way to deal with this whirlwind of information. It observes patterns. Just as one example, imagine that you enter a room with several people. It's like a small room, all windows are closed. There is this distinctive odor. And because you're coming from outside, you realize immediately that there is a strange smell there. But people who are inside of that tiny room, they don't notice anything because our brains are accustomed to that type of situation. And the brain notices the changes in patterns. If you go from one place to another place, you notice the difference. And that's how we deal with information. Our brain focuses on information that it interprets as being most important according to its intended purpose. For example, you're going to the supermarket, you need to buy cheese, and you walk down through an aisle with dozens of different toothpaste options. You're not even going to realize what the brands and prices are, or maybe that they're even there. You just go straight to the cheese. And see, that's important because we would be lost. We would be completely distracted if our brain didn't help us to do this type of filtering. In a focus course, you will learn how to optimize this decision-making process. And then you will save time by ignoring choices that don't really bring benefits to your life. You will spend more time on the important stuff, on the important information. And then we were going to use different types of techniques to automate certain aspects of minor importance. And we also have some tools to sort and also to process other information. Writing and scoring. See, when you feel that your brain is overwhelmed with too many ideas, too many things happening at the same time, the most logical way to deal with this problem is just to transfer that information out of your head. And it is very simple to do this, I promise you. You just have to write things down instead of trying to memorize them. That's not a good idea. Just write it down. When you write directly on paper, you are releasing a different potential way to think about those activities and ideas. You will be able to process the information rather than just being worried about keeping those ideas jumbled in your head. And today, there are many good alternatives. You have Evernote, you have Laverna, Simple Note, Google Keep, Microsoft OneNote. I'll keep the links to all of them below here in the description of this video. And imagine that you're reading a book that is very important to your study or to your work. And then, in the middle of your reading, out of nowhere, you remember that you need to, change your bathroom lamp. Instead of letting that thought be haunting you and draining your energy, just write down that activity. And then you can go back to your reading and carry on with the book. In the old days, it was important that we stored various pieces of information in our heads. And many outdated teaching models, unfortunately, still expect students to memorize historical dates or information that can be found very easily using any search engine. And today, the most important thing is to understand. So just as we can install a new hard drive on our computers, we can also expand our brain capacity with digital applications. Again, I'm going to have some links for you here below. Or we can also use just a simple paper notebook. It's going to be so simple. The tool does not really matter. What we need to do is to concentrate just on one activity and have focus on the many different activities that we face on a day-to-day basis. Because of that, I've written an ebook, actually a mini ebook about focus and organization that you can use to find more time for yourself and to be more productive. That's going to be very quick, very simple to read. It's only 7 minutes of read. And to download it, you can just click on the link below, arata.se/organization and focus.